Let's see. I want to talk about talent. You know, when I think about the words creativity and talent and gifts, you think about people who play the cello really well, or people who can sing, or great athletes, and people whose talent is fully expressed in the world, and they're living it or making a living doing it, or it's being broadcast for the rest of the world to see. And then there's little ways that all of us have talents, right? Maybe yours is your voice. Maybe yours is your compassion. Maybe yours is the way you treat your kids. Maybe it's a level of self-awareness that you have that makes other people feel comfortable and cared for. Maybe it's the way you parent. Maybe it's the way you love your partner. Whatever it is, right? Those are also talents and gifts, and they're parts of the creative self. The creative being defined as the thing that moves and flows and adapts, right? So creative, which is normally associated with feminine, is just stuff that moves and adapts and is sort of like fluid because it's a part of you. You don't have to think so hard about it. You're not like, how do I love somebody, right? Or how do I parent this kid? I mean, not that you don't struggle with that question, but what I'm trying to say is that creativity and your talents are really easy for you to express. And more often than not, what the odd thing about it is, or about them, talents are, is that most people don't see their talents for what they are because they're like, anybody could do this. This is like the simplest thing ever. No, it's not. I know that there are things I do that's like, that's the simplest thing ever. And there are other people who go, I have no idea how to do that. And vice versa, right? So somebody said something to me this morning and he says, we were talking about, and the group of people I was with are kind of ego driven, right? So a lot of them take a stance that it's like, it's about me, it's all about me, center of the universe. Or they go the alternate side of the spectrum to like, I'm a piece of shit, I hope somebody loves me. But what was funny was that somebody said, the only time that I should be the center of attention is when I'm using my talents and gifts to help other people. And I was like, bingo, bingo. You know how somebody just says something, you're like, they just land it, and you're like, that's right, that's exactly right. Like there are times, it's like I'm so fully in my talents and gifts, and maybe I'm talking or I'm helping somebody, and none of it is about me. But there's this feeling of total glory and self-sufficiency and confidence and beauty, and I'm like in love with myself, and I'm not thinking about myself at all. And I am, in some cases with the work that I do, I am at the front of the room or I am the focus of attention. Generally speaking, when I open my mouth, I become a focus of attention because of the way that my brain works in conjunction with my mouth and the way it hits people. And yeah, that has brought problems, right? When I've come from a place of insecurity and I'm trying to be louder or I'm trying to think too hard about what I'm saying, and then I get lost because I'm stuck in my head and my intellect and my ego and trying to figure stuff out or wondering if you like me, when in fact all I really need to do is be myself. And when I'm being myself, I'm like, oh, this is the easiest thing in the world. And I get some attention and glory, but it's not about that because the attention and glory isn't about me. It's about these talents, which are gifts. And I didn't ask to be born with ABC, XYZ that I happen to be proud of about myself. I didn't ask to be born like that. And yeah, there are some things I could probably take responsibility for because I've put in a lot of energy, like my ability to communicate. And people still think I talk too fast. And I've stopped focusing on that because no matter what I do, I just don't slow down because my voice and the way I speak is a byproduct of my energy. And I don't want my energy to be squashed or to go away. But, what happens is that when I'm coming from an insecure place and I'm trying to be liked and I'm projecting myself, it doesn't land very well and I don't feel good about it. But when I'm fully in my creativity and I'm fully in my talents and I'm just being myself, yeah, I get a lot of accolades, a lot of glory, but I don't need any of them. It's like just the feeling that I have that I might be helping or reaching one person is more than enough. Maybe not for my ego, but it's more than enough for me. And that's what's important for me to maintain some sense of equilibrium because I don't want to be answering to my ego. I don't want to be putting myself out in the world like some people. I say like, I'm so talented and aren't I amazing and I love myself. If I'm sitting here broadcasting how much I love myself, I don't know if I really do, incessantly. Oh, I just love myself so much. Anyway, so there you go. Talents are about expressing yourself fully, completely, creatively, adapting to whatever situation you're in without being a people pleaser, and learning how to just learning more about who you are and what you want about your life and being able to speak to that, right? At least that's the way I look at my talent. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you have a good day. Ciao.